One thing that really succeeds in this game is definitely the story. Because it takes cues from over the top action films that contain a lot of blood and gore and whatnot, such as Die Hard, Predator, and whatnot, and really tries to cram a story that also I've been seeing in a lot of action films. But it really works because they take real life elements, so you're not dealing with a villain that is made up. Well, typically you are, but they include stuff like at one point you have Saddam Hussein in the game, which I actually felt was really kind of funny seeing him there. Guess the devil let him back, only in game form. But I really do like how they handled it, taking cues from real world issues and incorporating it into their own game. And it was really, really well done. It was definitely well written. And at points, it does come across as over the top. At other points, it does come across as really graphic, too. And believe me, there are some graphic parts in this game. So, yeah. Now, the graphics I'm somewhat in the middle with because at some points in the game's like level design and whatnot, they look really well done. The colors themselves really light up, and the gore effects are fantastic. I mean, look at that. I just shot off that guy's leg, and like the so yeah, the graphics themselves, when you're actually playing the game, actually look really well done. The guns themselves look really realistic and they look believable. So when you're playing the game, it's not the problem. Where the game's graphics really fall flat though are in its cutscenes because I don't know why. While the character models look good, and again, the blood is fantastic, I don't know, the characters' faces lack any emotion, and the lip syncing really doesn't match up with some of what they're saying. Because I bring this up because I'm looking at games, because recently, you guys might not know, but I started playing Medal of Honor Frontline recently, and the graphics in that game were spectacular. I don't know, it's just this, the faces themselves really lack emotion and really just they don't look that great, bottom line. Now, I might be being a little too unfair because this is ported from a PC port and the Dreamcast did look the same, but really the graphics themselves really don't look that good in the cutscenes. When you're playing the actual game though, the game looks actually really good. However, there is another problem with that because in a couple parts when you're actually playing the game, it feels like the frame rate drops in a lot of scenes. The frame rate will drop and it'll slow down and it gets really annoying in some parts, but I was able to look past it and I think I can kind of understand why. Because the PS2 and Dreamcast have completely different technology from each other, and porting it to the PS2, it doesn't match with the technology. That's the one thing that has me mentioned. It doesn't match with the technology. So it is understandable, but at the same time, the graphics themselves don't look good. Because recently I started playing Medal of Honor Frontline, and those games' graphics look spectacular. I mean, the lip syncing themselves, the level design, they look really well done. That would be a review for that. But I'm very in the middle with the graphics, but the voice acting in the game is actually really well done. Michael Clark Duncan is actually a partner in the game, and he does a pretty good job. Really good job. But where the game really succeeds in, to me, is its gameplay. And if you're going to want to play Soldier of Fortune, you've come to the right place for the best score. Gameplay in the game has you performing standard first-person shooter elements, but this one has a little bit of a twist to it because at some points in the game when you shoot, depends on what weapon you have. For example, right here I'm using the shotgun, which is like my favorite weapon in the game. You go through a level and you can actually shoot off the limbs of people. And that is the main reason this game got into so much trouble in the first place. And as I said, the limb effects look awesome. Look at that, I just shot that guy's head off. This is just so graphic and awesome. But also at some points in the game, when you are shooting, you might shoot the gun out of a guy's hand, and he has the ability to surrender, and you can leave him there, or you can just shoot him now that the gun's out. And that is just awesome. Really, that is awesome. For the people who made Daikatana, was it that hard to get notes and write down what made this game successful as opposed to your piece of trash? Oh wait, notes don't exist in your mind. Neither did this game. If this game had come first, maybe you would have got some notes and maybe you would have had a better game. But no, you guys suck. Each gun handles really, really well, and each will pack a punch and give you a bloody result that you want. And you'll come across a variety of different guns. For example, right here I got the SMG, and either gun you'll use, will give you a bloody result, and I love that. And the guns handle really well. The accuracy they give you on the guns is really well done. Am I guessing? As I was saying, each gun handles with accuracy, and you can just blow through the level, blowing people out, and that's what makes this game really a lot of fun. And you also get a knife, among your other stuff. But one thing about this game that makes it different from a first-person shooter like Medal of Honor Frontline is the fact that at some points in this game, while there are linear parts in the game, like for example, like you'll know which way to go and whatnot, the game also incorporates puzzle-solving skills where, say, at one point you're stuck in a room and there's nowhere to go. You'll have to find a way to get this door open or even try to get around this particular area. And they incorporate it really well, and that's something that I really, really respect in a game. For example, right here, as you can see, I'm blocked and I want to go through this area. Well, right here, there's like this ladder. I'll climb up this ladder, and as you guys can see right here, there's like this lever, or whatever you call it, and I push it, and you'll get a result. And pretty much, that'll give you an open area right here. So that's what I mean when the puzzle parts come into play. Just a reminder also, this game does not incorporate autosave, so basically when you're playing the game, if you get to a specific part that you're stuck on, you're surrounded by a bunch of guys, you have to basically, let me just kill this guy, you have to basically go to save game, go to your thing, and you can save, but wait for this, wait for this, wait for this. Basically, you get like a total of 5 saves. So if you use all those saves up, you cannot save anymore, and you have to breeze through the level, even when you're stuck on a part. So pretty much that's where the challenge for this game comes in. And that's another thing that I really appreciate about the game, is that it really incorporates a lot of challenge through the puzzle-solving elements and its save system. And trust me, this is a hard game, and it can definitely get hard in some parts, so if you're not really that patient of a gamer, do not buy this game. Go and get something else. That's all I gotta say. Overall, Soldier of Fortune is actually an awesome game. It's definitely a really, really good game. Now, it does have its problems, like the graphics and the frame rate and whatnot, but it's definitely a game that has class, and being that it is based off a magazine, it might tear some people away, seeing as how people might look differently at it, but trust me, you will have a great time playing it. Whether or not on the PlayStation 2, you will have a great time. And that brings me to my rating. I give Soldier of Fortune an 8 out of 10. It is definitely a game you should pick up. If you can get it on the PC or the Dreamcast, I definitely recommend this game. It is a great game. And that game was so successful that I actually got a sequel, Soldier of Fortune 2 Double Helix, which was recently released. I'm going to get that game soon. I'll be sure to do a review on it. I'll see you guys later. Tell me what you guys think of Soldier of Fortune in the comments below. Either version, Dreamcast, PC, whatever. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Game Time with Peter.